Welcome back to the Girl Cave. Today I want to scrapbook these two pictures of my son's girlfriend and I playing with masks. So we had a great time with this, and I don't ever get to scrapbook pictures of girly things because I only have 3 sons. So when I do have that rare opportunity to do a girly page, I'm like, let's go. But at the same time, I don't have a lot of girly products. So I went through my things and I picked out anything that I thought would work for a girl. And I'm thinking obviously pink. So because I don't have a lot of pink paper, I went through my scraps and I found that I had this piece and it's embossed paper. And I thought maybe I could use it as a layering piece. So that's going. I found this cut apart sheet, and obviously it is a Mother's Day cut apart sheet, and she's not my daughter, although I wouldn't mind if she were. But I think I could use this right here as my title, You Are Beautiful, and it's pink and it's green. So I decided, okay, that's going to be my main 2 colors. I don't think I would use anything from the back side, but I definitely want to use that. So I'm going to cut that out. And then as I was going through my products, I'm like, what else do I have that's pink and green? I saw this beautiful, beautiful paper by Bo Bunny, and it's cut apart. And I really would like to use this. Now, this introduces that teal color. So I think I'm just going to fussy cut around it and get rid of that teal and just layer it maybe at the bottom where I create a cluster. So maybe use it as a cluster base. So those are my main colors, right? Pink and green. And then I went through my stickers and embellishments and what can I use? This right here, very girly, but not the same colors. It's like a different theme. It's more tropical and citrusy. So I'm not going to use this. But again, I was just pulling everything that I had. These, no, I'm not feeling the vibe. And then I had these shaker stickers, and I definitely want to use this one that says it's a girl thing, because who else does that to themselves? It's a girl thing, right? So I know that I'm going to use it, and it's pink, so it's going to go very well. I have these stickers. Will I use it? I don't know, but I love that little lollipop. I love the diamonds. It says hello beautiful life, so I'm going to put it here. I don't know if I'm going to use it or not, but it's an option. Same with this. I might use that wooden diamond. I may not. Oh, look at that. That's pretty. But just in case, I have some flowers. I don't know. These are from 2013. I'm going to keep them. I don't think these will work really well for me, but because it's a whole different colorway and it has glitter, so no. I might use these. I'm not sure. Then I found that I had this paper kit, this page kit. It's called Glamorous Girls, and this is, let's see, by Color Block. It has no year, but I'm looking at it and I don't know why I got this, because honestly I don't like it. I don't like the colors, so this might just end up going into my giveaway box because it's not even opened yet. Oh yeah, it looks like I did open it, but I don't see myself using it. I like this one that says Beauty Queen, so will I use just that little tag? You never know. But I don't think I will. So it's going to go on the no way pile. And then I have this wonderful paper pad that I purchased a few years ago at Michael's or Joann's. I can't remember. It's 2018. And it's nothing but die cut shapes. So I know that I will be able to find something for my embellishment clusters, maybe some of these. And I had seen some macaroons here somewhere. Where did I see some macaroons? And I think that I might be able to use those as a cluster base. So there's a lot of pink things here, a lot of girly things. Here we go. So there's some macaroons there. I could probably use that as a cluster base. We'll see. Lots of choices. So if you want to hang out, go get a drink, go get your own project. I'm gonna stop the video here. Well, not stop it, but I'm gonna stop talking and then just roll it and fast forward the next section while I work through this layout. Okay. And of course, the very first thing that we need to do is trim our pictures and map them. Now take a good look at my desk, because right now it's pretty neat. And I want you to take a look at it by the end of this layout. I make such a huge mess every single time. I don't know how to not make a mess. Is there anybody out there that can actually scrap and keep their desk neat? Please let me know how you do it, because I try keeping things in similar piles, but it doesn't work. I'm struggling with my trimmer. It's not cutting straight. There's something wrong with the little metal guide, the little thread, and I don't know how to fix it. And I'm having issues with the blade just popping out super easily as well. So I'm thinking maybe that plastic portion has stretched out somehow, which is shocking to me because this is a fairly new trimmer. I've only had it less than a year. And with this whole shelter in place situation, this is not a time for me to go shopping for another trimmer. Okay, so this is a pack that I have of papers that I only want because they look really interesting if I mat an entire layout. So I keep them separate, and I'm just searching through to find one, and one of the very first ones seems to work perfectly for this layout. So you'll see once I mat the entire layout, you just have a little tiny border, and it just adds a little bit of interest. And now I'm just going to cut apart the sheet and take out that little doily portion that I want to use for the layout, and I'm just fussy cutting around it. I normally don't do a lot of fussy cutting, so I don't have specialty scissors for those. I use my general purpose scissors that I got when I went to my first creative memory party. And that, my friends, was 23 years ago. 23 years. And I still have the scissors and I still love them. Okay, now this is the meat and potatoes section. This is where I place the pictures and I move everything around to get a feel for the layout. I really want to place my title sideways and there. So I'm trying to figure out, do I want more of that pink background paper showing, or do I want to extend the pictures to the very top? So I work around with this for a little bit. Honestly, I love this layout just like that, with no embellishments or anything. I think it's absolutely, I just love that layout. But I'm going to work with some clusters because that's what I'm focusing on this year. I want to learn how to do clusters and become better at them. And the only way to do that is practice, practice, practice. And I apologize because I'm pretty sure you can hear in the background my grand pets moving things around the floor, making some noise, but they are part of my life, so. And now I'm going to go through all of the embellishments that I've picked out to see exactly what specifically I want to use and where I want to place it. And this is the difficult part for me, creating the clusters. I struggle with them, but I'm going to forge ahead this year and I'm going to practice until I master the clustering. I'm gonna go through this paper pad that I purchased that has nothing but tags and embellishments until I find the macaroons and maybe a few labels as well. The only thing I really don't like about this paper pad is it has like 2 entire sheets, or maybe 3, that are nothing but unicorns and llamas, and can we just please get over that trend? On the Facebook group, we were talking about how difficult it is for some people to use the lemons in their layouts, and I'm thinking, lemons I can handle, but unicorns and llamas, come on, how many layouts would that be relevant to? Let's get over that trend, please. I should be careful for what I wish for, because next thing you know, the new trend will be octopi and, I don't know, rhinoceros. So I'm just gonna keep quiet. Please comment down below and tell me, what embellishment do you find difficult to use? Like, which theme is difficult for you to incorporate into your layouts? Here I'm going to go through that scrap piece of paper, the mother and daughter paper, just to keep the colorway in the same range. And I needed a little piece to create like a cluster base. So I cut out a little piece that has the pink and the green. And then I'm going to use my hexi punch. After I trim this one right here, I'm going to use the hexi punch to make that little rectangle into a little banner and give it that little fish tail. I used to struggle getting the little fish tails done evenly. I would try and fold a piece of paper in half and then cut it. And then Janet from Love RTS gave us the tip of using the hexi punch, and it's been like life-changing. It's just very quick, it's easy, and it's accurate. I'm pleased with the way these 2 clusters are looking, but that big flower at the top, I need something there. There's a little bit of trap space, and I need to develop that cluster. So I'm going through everything that I have on my desk to see what sparks an idea. So again, I go back to that scrap piece of paper, and it has a little edge that has, it looks like it's stitched. So I'm going to use that as the cluster base and layer everything else on it. I'm going through my basket where I keep a little bit of supplies that I really want to use up this year. And if I have not used them by the end of the year, they're going into the Goodwill pile or maybe even the trash pile. And I find those little hearts and I'm thinking maybe I could use them, so I put them to the side. I'm measuring to see just how much I want to trim off of that little piece of paper that I'm going to use as my cluster base. Here I thought maybe I'll just put it behind the picture, but I realized that I would still need it to be the anchor for the entire embellishment cluster. So I'm going to place it this way, and I'm figuring out where I'm going to put my other embellishments. And now I take a picture of it so that I don't forget, and I begin adhering everything down. It's go times. Throw everything to the side, get that ATG gun, and let's start sticking everything down, making sure that I have adhesive all around the paper, because right now the most difficult part of the layout is done, which was developing it, and now it's just slap and stick time. Once I have the paper layers down, you will see me refer to the picture that I took of the layout so that I make sure that I have everything placed exactly where I had it before. And I begin by measuring at the bottom and making sure that I have enough space for that little cluster that I'm creating before I start gluing down the pictures and the doily, because I want to make sure that I have enough space. I actually begin by gluing down that lower embellishment just to make sure that I'm giving myself enough space and that I don't creep into that area. And then once that is done, I can glue down the bigger elements. I know some people start with the larger elements and then work their way down to the smaller elements. And I'm wondering if that has anything to do with our personalities. And what exactly does it mean? Do we have any psychologists here? Do you prefer this type of video where you watch the entire process? Or are you that type of person that just wants to see the beginning, the middle, and the end without watching the person create the entire layout and glue everything down? Because I sometimes like watching people glue things down. I like to see them make mistakes and take it apart and redo it. And then other days I just skip all the way forward to watch the end result. And if I really like the layout, then I'll watch the entire video. Do you do that too? I truly hope that during this time that you are all doing well. I know that for some of us, social distancing is not such a big thing because that's our lifestyle. But we are facing some stressful times right now, and we miss our families, and our lives are upside down right now. You don't know how we're going to fare financially. We fear for our health, for the health of our family members and our friends. But I just want you to know that we are all in this together. And sometimes just going into your own little space and being creative takes away from that anxiety and that stress. And sometimes that's all that is needed, is just to think of something completely mundane, not related with anything too serious, and just breathe. I am praying for you, my friends, that you do well and that everything's going to be okay. So go ahead and take some time for yourself. Bash some scraps. Wow, I sure make a mess when I'm working, don't I? Anybody else make a huge mess? It's like I brought everything in here. There's my page. I added these little words. This is a great idea. All about confidence. Jammy party. I'm going to do my journaling right here, and I'm going to do it in little strips as well. And that's it. I'm done. This page is done. So all I have to do is write the date and put it in the album. It took me a while to figure out the clusters because I didn't have a third flower in the same colors. So I was struggling with that. And this flower had too much dimension and I wanted to use that as well. So I took the pop dot off of this flower and then just put it behind the little girl so that she could be a little removed from the pink background because she has a lot of pink. And then I had these little circle words that I had punched out of a sheet of paper. So I included those. And I'm calling this page done. Come back next week and we'll make another mess right here at the Girl Cave. Bye.